Ace, this is your punishment for not being a person.
My mouth is watering.
Yeah.
It is watering.
Dude, I'm gonna, what I'm about to do, I don't want you guys to judge me on this, because I'm about to get filthy.
Oh, I'm not gonna judge, I'm gonna join in.
Yeah, I know that's right. Cheers, my friend. Wonderful workout this morning.
Cheers, let's go.
Cheers. If you deserve it, the universe will serve it. And we fucking worked out hard enough to eat, baby.
There you go.
Not Ace. No gym, no steak, motherfucker.
That's fair. Honestly, that is fair.
I only buy fillets for home.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of stuck up on steak.
I'm a ribeye guy.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
I used to do strip. But...
Because I like the fat.
Hey, so here you go. I got you, buddy. You ready? Open up.
You feeding me?
Yeah, open up.
Which side? This side?
No,
This side?
there you go, right there. Mm-hmm.
This side?
Yep. There you go.
That's legit. That's legit. That's legit.
Is it good?
Delicious. Holy shit.
Nice medium rare.
I'm a little bitch, and I do a medium.
Yeah.
I normally do
Trust
too,
me.
but Max made
I had that conversation earlier. Trust me.
I said I was going to order my medium, and Max made me feel like less of a man.
I scolded him.
Yeah, I got in trouble.
He got in trouble at the meat principal's office.
Yep.
You know, all I eat is meat. And it's like the greatest thing ever to me. Like meat and cheese. And it's like my two favorite fucking, like, what? You can't go wrong eating meat
With
and cheese.
meat and cheese.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this party rolling here so we can talk about this stuff on the pod.
How we looking now? Are you good still?
You look good to me.
You look good the whole time, baby.
How about now? If I move my titties, is that better?
Yeah, that's perfect. Keep doing that the whole episode.
The titties are perfect.
The whole episode?
Yeah, you got super nice titties. It's going to distract me, though.
If I keep doing that.
All right, welcome to the Stocks and Sandals podcast. We are here again with Ace, as always. I am DJ, and today we are joined by one of my favorite guests so far, Max Options Trading. So welcome to the show.
Appreciate you guys.
I like
Thank you.
we're choosing favorites, because he's one of my favorite too.
That's right.
I appreciate you, brother.
This is going to be a fun one, guys. Max is a ton of fun. You might want to turn the volume on your, headphones down just a touch.
Yeah, definitely turn it down right now.
Modify the volume.
And if you're not wearing headphones, put them the fuck in, because you're going to get a lot of that.
Yeah, not suitable for work episode. I'm going to mark this one as explicit for sure.
Yeah.
We just finished throwing down a 22-ounce porterhouse right before here.
I think I might have broke the world record of time eating a 22-ounce porterhouse.
That was quick. It was impressive.
Absolutely inhaled.
They said it was for B-roll, but I think the whole time it was just to make me jealous, if we're going to be honest.
It's not even going to be in any role. It was just to piss you off.
It was just for me.
Yeah.
We just wanted Ace to watch us eat steak and not get to
His exact words was, "This is what you get for not being in Florida."
Yeah.
Exactly.
And as he continued to take another bite.
Dude, the whole time I've been here, he's just been apologizing. Like, I'm sorry Ace isn't here. It's just it's his character.
It's because nobody ever wants to come to meet me. They want to come meet Ace, and then they get here and Ace is on a computer screen. Everybody's highly disappointed. Like, I'm just going to get to hang out with the stock father today. Yeah. This guy doesn't even trade stocks. So what's he here for?
Love it.
So
I'm here. I'm happy I'm here with the stock
me
father.
Me too, man.
And that
There
Ace
you
did
go.
not eat a steak.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck you, Ace.
Darn it!
No, but we've already been together like all day. We went to the gym together, pumping iron. Yesterday we were talking before Max came down here, and he's like, "What do you bench? Like, what's your max?" And before I had a chance to answer, he's like, "Oh, mine's like 375, 415, 425, whatever." And I'm like, "Oh, sure as hell ain't that." So that was fun getting,
Prior to that, we were talking about, I was like, when you talk about going to the gym with someone, first thing I'm asking you is, how big are you? And he's like, oh, I'm 6'1". I'm like, no shit, I'm 6'1". And I'm like, I'm around this weight. He's like, oh, me too. I'm like, we're going to crush it, baby. And then I led into, so what's your max? And he's like, well, not so much. I was like, all right.
Not that much. I've only been lifting for 6 to 8 months, like routinely, and then different type of lifting. But he demoralized me for a solid hour this morning.
No, shouldn't be demoralizing. It's the next step in your fucking in your gym evolution, baby. That's
right.
what it is. I am a monster on chest press. I
was impressive.
I don't do what normal people do. I just look like a big fat guy, but there is some muscle underneath this.
I was impressed. No, but no, thank you for joining us. This is
Absolutely.
obviously, I think this is going to be a super fun episode, and we're going to have you back in the future as well. But
Definitely.
we got a lot to cover, so let's jump in. Ace, you ready to go? Watermelon's locked and
Let's
loaded.
get it.
And
Watermelon is locked and loaded. Seeds ready to be given.
seeds ready to be
I was
spread.
I actually drove all the way up here so Ace would give me his seed.
That's exactly that's what it's all about.
Glad,
It's a bit unfortunate now, huh?
Yeah, glad we're able to get that out of there.
So all right, so just start off by telling us who you are. You're not
Yeah.
in the Stock Dads Discord, so
Nope.
like a lot of our members that are watching this aren't going to know you necessarily,
okay.
but you obviously have a pretty big social media following, and you kind of got your own little lane, and it's pretty sweet. So just kind of tell us who you are first, and then we'll get into the trading stuff.
Yeah. So my name's Max on the internet. You Big Daddy Max, Max Options Trading. I have several different pages on all socials. Full-time professional trader, 5 years now is my only source of income. I'm a full-time option seller. That's my thing, and I think that's the big thing that separates me and my content from everyone else is, I'm in the other side of the field. I'm trying to produce more option sellers in the world. So I think that's the big, like, when you get to know me and get to know Max, it's like I'm trying to push something that's not as mainstream. And I think that's an important part of why, like, the socials and what I'm trying to build is, like, so unique. I think it's very, very interesting when you talk to any options trader who's trying to get into it. They want to buy options.
Yeah.
But when you come to my world, I'm going to call you an idiot and say why. And then, I really want that why. And if you don't give me a defined why, then come on over to my world. You know what I mean? Come on over to Big Daddy Max's side of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was very cool. So tell us about your background, because you have a pretty different background as well. Like,
yeah.
And then, like, what did you do before you were a trader?
So I've lived a full life in the last decade. You can honestly say that. I first off, I'm a high school dropout. Dropped out after 9th grade. Didn't even make it to 10th. 9th grade, high school dropout. Get to college. Party animal. The day of my finals, what do? A whole bunch of drugs and partying the night before, and I fail out of college. Twice. Out of a community college and to the university. So it's like, damn. Go home. Just being, nothing going on for me. And then I joined law enforcement. Just my brother Jim was like, listen, you got to clean your shit up. Come do what I'm doing up in Tampa. I'm doing some law enforcement. I think you'll be good at it. So, all right. He said, you got to get in shape. You got to get clean, and we'll get you going. So I joined law enforcement. I went to the Law Enforcement Academy at Pasco Hernando Community College. That was back in 2008. I was 18-year-old. Cleaned up, got it going. I wind up going into corrections. Worked at the prison system for 3-4 years, sheriff's deputy office, and then from there I enlisted in the military. A lot of my friends were in the reserves. I was going to go join the reserves, and then I was like, for some reason, I was like, fuck the reserves. They're pussies. I'm gonna go fucking full time. I want to be a paratrooper. So then I went and joined the Army, 5 years full time, paratrooper the whole time, and then I got out, got into sales. So another life switch that I did not expect to happen. If you asked me at 20 if I would ever be in the military, I'd say fuck no. And if you asked me at 25 if I'd ever be a salesman, I'd say no, to be in the military. So it just like this continuous life switch. Did very well in sales and contracting. And the whole time, this is when I got into shares heavily. 2018, out of the military, I started trading equities and shares. I had some capital built up. Then my brother in 2019 was like, or it was just the end of 2018, was like, hey, I think you should check out options. I'm like, what the fuck is an option? What option? And he's like, just check it out, look it up. I think you'd be good at it. I was like, all right, cool. And then the journey had begun.
Love it. That's really cool. It's an interesting background, and I love that you're a veteran. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that.
And I'm interested. Do you have like kind of a pretty big military following and stuff? Do you feel like that helps, kind of relate to those type of people and stuff like that?
Yeah, I definitely have a military law enforcement following. I give them all free everything. You're a military guy, you need free education, free class, free sesh, free membership, whatever. You can come over, I'm giving it to you. Because that's how my blood bleeds, you know what I mean? I have nothing but the utmost respect for every veteran, every military guy. And yeah.
You a gun guy?
Yeah, of course I'm a gun guy. Okay. I just installed a new shelf in my studio, so when I'm making my content, right about 3 feet over my left head, I got a hidden gun shelf I just installed. It looks really nice, and I just put a Glock 17 in that bad boy, so I do have a few weapon systems in the house.
What's your favorite? What's your like dream gun?
My dream gun, if I could get my hands on it ever, would be an M4. You know, from the military, you have a government-issued military weapon. It's like, you know, I'm not going to do the paperwork and try and get that going. I love to custom build my own M4. Again, I guess the closest you're going to get to that's an AR-15. So if I had to guess, custom AR-15, really unique, personalized, fits my, you know, nice railing system for my C-grip. I have some cool military certs, so like Special Response Team Tactics 1 and 2. I'm Urban Sniper qualified. So I could be on any SWAT team in the nation through the Department of Defense. So you put an M110 sniper rifle or anything better in my hand, and I'll probably put a hole in anything within 300 meters.
Certified badass.
Yeah.
Ace
Once upon a time.
Ace,
Yeah.
I'm over here all Canadian, not doing anything with my Nerf gun, thinking I'm a badass.
That's what I was going to say. Ace sitting in
Hi there,
Canada,
Chris.
like, what is this even?
So you must be a gun guy.
No, I wouldn't say I have a gun. I wouldn't say I'm a gun guy, but I enjoy being able to protect my family. Let's just say
it's a great tool to have and not need. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And need and not have. It's one of those items to me. You know what I mean? And I think that I'm a trained professional. Obviously, right now, Florida's the wild fucking West. You don't even, Ace, I don't know if you know this, but with new law that came out on July 1st of last year, you don't even need a concealed permit anymore in Florida. Anybody over the age of 18 with a legal firearm can carry. So we're in the Wild West down here, baby. So I think, I'm a trained professional in military systems and weapons. I'm cool with that. I have a concealed and all that.
For sure. So talk about like how your military background kind of has helped you with trading and kind of, been a part of your trading journey, whether it's direct or indirect.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me ask you this, and this will lead me into my answer. What's the number one reason traders fail?
Well, let's ask Ace that question.
Ace, what's the number one reason traders fail?
So the number one reason why traders fail is I always resorted back into what I call the overs. I coined this like a few years ago, and I'm like, you know what? This is actually perfect. It covers all the bases in terms of why traders fail in general. Number one reason is because of their discipline, right? But it leads to what I call the overs. Those overs are over trading, over analyzing, overconfidence, and over leveraging. At the end of the day, those cover all bases of why traders fail.
Perfect. That's a wonderful answer. Thank you. So, discipline and emotions, right? And risk management. So I will always say this. If you watch my content, my videos, you'll hear me say this over and over and over. Emotional management, risk management, and size management are all the same things to me in trading. Your risk is based on your size, and that impacts your emotions. They are all directly correlated. So for me, having the discipline to enter a trade without emotion, without knowing my size, knowing my risk, knowing the two outcomes, I'm going to win or I'm going to lose. And they're both okay, because I can go past this point. That, to me, that comes from my military background. The biggest thing I get is, how are you so patient? And I'm always like, have you ever heard of hurry up and wait, motherfucker? Where you have to go do an airborne operation. You're not getting even rigged up in your parachute till 10 a.m. But for some reason at 3 a.m., I'm in front of the company freezing my ass off because the trickle-down effect. One guy says be there at 9. The next guy says we better be there at 8. The next guy says, all right, let's make it 7. So definitely learned patience and discipline more than anything from my military career that superseded anything in my trading, Yeah.
So
you said something, Max, that really hit to me.
What I say? What?
It was that size and emotions are directly correlated. I'm very emotional about my size.
I thought the same thing, but I wasn't going to say it. I was like, size makes me emotional too.
I mean, listen, you can take that statement and it's applicable to many things.
Pretty much all aspects of life.
Makes you emotional.
That's right. Or lack thereof size.
Sometimes larger size makes you happy. Sometimes larger size makes you very sad, and vice versa. So
I wouldn't know.
That part I wouldn't know, but it sounds cool.
Yeah,
that the other side feels like that.
No, but speaking of discipline, speaking of size even, I guess, and take size in a different direction, you're down 60 pounds in 6 months, right?
5 months.
5 months.
Down 60 pounds. Yeah, I'm doing this thing. I challenged myself last year to really just focus on my health. And so I created my own little pounds and profits challenge. Like, can I make $100,000 and can I focus on my health first and lose 100 pounds? So I'm down 60 pounds as of right now since August 25th. Which I think we're coming up February 5th will be 6 total months on that. So I'm doing such a wonderful job.
Awesome.
I'm really focused on it. I haven't broke. One time I promised my wife a cheat meal, and my cheat meal was a JB roll, and we split a pad thai. So in moderation, I think that, and it was just a great reset for me because I haven't had a carb. I'm doing the carnivore diet and like several other things that most, you take a lot of things out. But the 60 pounds, and that's another thing, right? We go back to the discipline. Like if I have the discipline to lose 60 to 100 pounds, that's another thing that I know it's gonna pump my confidence in my trading through the roof because I got the discipline to do one thing. I can roll that over into other aspects of my life.
Right.
And I'm going to I can say this right now with confidence. I'm gonna lose that 100.
That's awesome.
And maybe more.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Good for you. I struggle with the diet more than anything. Like I can go to the gym 3-4 times a week and love it, every second of it. But man, when it just comes down to eating
to
better,
diet.
food just tastes so damn good,
Unfortunately, and that's why I found the diet that worked best for me. Is just I'm a meat eater. I love eating meat. Like a fat steak for lunch. Hold me over 3-4 o'clock. Now I can go grab a chicken breast or two, and I'm good for the day.
Yeah.
I feel fulfilled. My body's happy. Maybe I'm lacking some of the green nutrients and everything. But I got to tell you, before this diet, I didn't fuck with vegetables anyway. I don't like them. I think they taste like ass and they smell like ass, and I'm not a fan. So
Preach.
Yeah. So this is all my personal opinion, by the way. I am no means a nutritionist or anything, but I could tell you. 60 pounds off looks pretty damn good. I'm, going to 100, baby.
Absolutely.
Huge kudos to you, man. That's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. The trading in the 100 pounds and 100K, I'm about a 27 to 30,000 in profit. So 30% completion rate there, 60% completion rate here, but it's health and wealth, right? You're a student athlete. It's health and wealth. So the important things always come first.
Yeah. Ace is a fitness guru.
Are you?
I was a personal trainer for a long time inside of the fitness scene since I could remember. I actually got a job because they just kept seeing me at the gym and I was just chilling there with a lot of friends. Like, bro, why don't you just make money here as well? I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. So I ended up working there, eventually becoming a personal trainer, working downtown, doing that full time while I was in college, and then also competing competitively in powerlifting. So...
He should have been. He would have been able.
Wait, why was he not here?
He would have been able to keep up with you this morning.
Oh yeah,
on weights. Yeah.
Oh, I would have pushed it up there.
I mean, like pound for pound, I probably have you in terms of weight wise. You're definitely pushing
pound for pound. You got me.
Yeah,
I'm not very good pound for pound.
Yeah,
my max is only.
I'm not very good.
Yeah, my max is only 130 to 150 over my body weight. So it's not. Pound for pound, it's not the most impressive numbers.
Man. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Damn.
Hey man, if you're pushing a 400 bench, I mean that's ridiculous.
Oh, I can push a 400 bench. Yeah. Well, next time, Ace, we'll definitely have to get a session in together, brother.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So this is before you coming down here, I got to know you a little bit better and asked, some questions about yourself and stuff. And one of the things that, you mentioned that I loved, I'm super excited to talk about this with both of you because you both do the same thing. But
oh boy.
So you play League of Legends when you trade, right? And I want to get into this because this is like near and dear to my heart lately, and Ace knows exactly where I'm going with this. But so Ace plays Fortnite when he trades sometimes, and we've had a couple of members in the last month or so who have left a negative review, basically saying, "Oh well, Ace just sits there and plays Fortnite while he's trading." And the trade could be down or whatever, and he's just playing Fortnite like he doesn't care. And I'm just really interested to talk to because you do similar things. So
not similar, identical. I'll enter a trade and I will be logging into a game at the same time. Yep.
So talk about that. So why do you play when you trade? What does that do for you?
Listen. What it boils down to for me is, one, gaming is a hobby of mine. I'm game for years. I'm like one of those old nerds on the original computer playing World of Warcraft when it came out. Like raiding and shit when I'm 14 years old. Like I'm a gamer, man. I've been a gamer my whole life. And League of Legends for me is a fun ass game. And what that brings for me is trading is stressful as fuck, man. It is so damn stressful. I just put 15 grand into a credit spread that I'm getting a return on. Might go wrong. I might lose $3,000 or $4,000 in the next few hours. That is stressful, knowing regardless. Subconsciously, that's stressful. And being to pursue one of your hobbies, going to the gym, takes the stress off. I get and make a health gain. Going to log in and play League of Legends, it takes the stress off for me, and I get to focus on something else, and maybe I get the dub. Maybe I fucking, get a nice win, and I get to feel good about myself while I'm doing something that's highly stressful, subconscious on the body. Mm-hmm. And that's what it is for me. And I enjoyed really doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why do you do it, Ace? Let's talk about this.
I mean, it's the exact same concepts, right? When you're in a trade, you've entered for a reason. You've entered for a purpose. At the end of the day, if your analysis is correct, it's either going to touch your PT or it's going to hit your SL. Regardless, that's already managed and that's on the table. Why not just remove the emotional aspect out of it instead of constantly just sitting there staring at the chart when it's already going to play out the way that it's intended to, and just go enjoy yourself? So for me, it's more like, you know what? Exactly like Max said, I'm going to go play Fortnite, get my mind distracted off of this trade instead of thinking like, man, I'm probably down $5,000. I actually don't keep the monetary amount, is only percentage on my chart. So for me, I'm just like, man, that's probably a drawdown 25%. I'm probably down a good 4, 5K, 6K here. And at the end of the day, instead of sweating it, I'm just going to kill some people on Fortnite or get my ass killed regardless. But it's fun.
I love what you said about knowing the outcomes of the trade, and he felt good when he entered it. He followed his plan. Mm-hmm. He knows the outcomes. Why not?
Right.
You know what I mean? Listen, like if you want to sit in front of a computer all day and give your attention to that trade, that's fine. But it's not going to change the outcome. Right. Like those schmucks that wear I got to wear my dirty favorite team jersey because that's my good luck charm. Like, right. And what in the astrology do you think's going to happen today? Right. So I can't, perfect what he said. You know the intentions going in, you know the outcomes. Yeah. So why can't I blow off steam as a trader full time,
Yeah, I think that's what I've noticed too. Is like we had talked, and everybody that watches this regularly knows I don't trade yet. But like seeing that comment or those negative reviews almost like highlighted, it almost made me feel better about Ace as a trader because he can sit there and emotionally remove himself from the play, just trust his analysis, like he can get in there, do what he's supposed to do, and doesn't freak out over everything. He's like, we've had people that are like, oh, well, Ace is laughing when the play's down. Yeah, because like Ace trusts his system. He knows what he can do. He knows how his win rate's super high. Like he understands that like, okay, I'm down. It doesn't change anything long term, right?
It's almost like people expect me to be sad or to be worried whenever we're down on a trade. Like, oh man, when are we going to cut? Are we going to cut now? It's like, I have my SL set. I know the level I need to cut at. So why am I going to worry up until that point? Makes absolute no sense.
An SL set. To me, all right, you guys want to hear something that I always preach about? Listen to this, the stop loss. Do you do a mental stop loss? Do you a hard stop loss, right? People look at a stop loss as it's like a negative thing. Well, I don't want to set a stop loss. I think that comes from maybe like the futures traders who, I do live futures trading. I got to tell you, my stop loss gets fucking wicked. And like the intention was there. And I'll get wicked and I'll be like, what the fuck just happened, right? But people have this negative like connotation about stop losses. But you know what stop losses should be? This is the analogy that I use, right? Losing a trade with a stop loss should feel like, have you ever gone for a run early in the morning, maybe a 5K or some kind of scheduled run? You get to the start line. Every run I did in the military, this is how it went. I get there. I got to take a shit. My stomach hurts. Oh, I'm not stretched. I'm not good. It's not going to work. This is going to be the worst thing ever. Like, you're just immediately like, oh, this is not good. That's what most people feel like when they set a stop loss. But how it should feel like is what comes when you finish that 3-mile run. I'm the man. That was awesome. I feel great. I'm so happy we did that. I'm glad it's over. I can't wait to shower and just go about my great day because I crushed my first goal of the day. Mm-hmm. That's how a stop loss should feel. like the end of a run and not the beginning, because it's there as a tool to make you feel better and less emotional about what you're doing, which is high risk. Right. And that's the way I try and look at it now.
That's so fucking good, man.
You like that, baby?
My thing has always been like I
that?
fucking love that. Because at the end of the day, it's all about mitigating your risk, right? So to me, it's just like you own a brand new car, get your insurance. What is a stop loss? That's an insurance for your play. You are now secured to that downside drawdown. And say if it does get hit, whatever, who cares? Because you were protected.
Correct.
Because now next thing you know, it does draw down huge. You're still stuck in that play without an SL. Now you're fucked. You just lost that whole car.
And who sold you that insurance policy? Big Daddy Max did, baby. Selling the options. That's right. Let's go.
So let's talk about. We're going to talk about more in your strategy, like when we have you back. But I do want to get into it some in this episode as well. So
definitely.
Let's talk about that whole selling options versus buying options, and just kind of talk about what separates you and your style from, you know, what's traditionally seen out there.
The traditional method of options traders come to Google, the free resources. They come to YouTube. They find a person like Ace, follow on social media who's doing it. It piques their interest, right? And then they say, okay, there's this options market, and this options market can be a great tool to make income. It could be a great tool for me to lose. They possibly get an understanding of the risk. But what they never know, for some reason, it's not mainstream, is that there's a sell button instead of a buy. That you literally just click on the buy button and it turns red and turns into a sell button. And I feel like there's this, it immediately eliminates the get rich quick people. Because they know that, I can't get rich quick doing this. It immediately eliminates the people that have $5,000 because they feel like, I can't really make money doing this. What am I going to make $100 a day on my $5,000 and go all in? Eliminates them. So, I mean, out of those two groups, we probably just eliminated 90% of new retail traders, if we're being honest here, right?
Right.
And then you get the people that have this thought process of you do need hundreds of $1,000s to sell options. Wrong. You do need a basis of knowledge to sell options. Correct. But it's totally different from buying. So I don't really want to learn that. I don't want to take the time to relearn something that I just learned, right? And I just don't feel like it's very well spread. I don't think the knowledge in selling options was properly pushed out into the world where it was easily understandable. And that's why I try and break everything down like Army level. You know, the military is written on an 8th grade level. The Army is written because we're fucking rock eaters, baby. You're dealing with just dumb people. And that's what I try to do. I try to break it down to the point where, hey, you can realize option selling is simple and you don't need this massive amount of capital. But I can promise you that I can help you build consistency. I can help you build confidence. I can even develop a strategy where you can buy your options, have your fun, but sell first. You know what I mean? Sell first, ask questions later. Don't go into the casino wanting to play blackjack. Be the dealer. Mm-hmm. Be the one handing out those chips and those cards. That, to me, was the no-brainer. The biggest switch, because I started off my career as an options buyer. I was extremely fortunate and lucky. I did not know what the fuck I was doing. I'm one of the rare stories that people, they always say, I lost this much before I became profitable. I lost this much before I became profitable. I never lost. I was wildly profitable. Like extremely lucky. I was at the end of a Donald Trump bull era where someone said, hey, buy calls on Tesla, Apple, AMD, Amazon, and wait 2 weeks. And I'd be like, I made $30,000. My first week of options trading ever, I made $35,000 and I had no idea what I was doing. And it just continued like that. But then the picture had been painted for me that I had created some wealth and I went from risk management wasn't enough for me. Wealth preservation was the mode that I needed to be in. And I feel like that's when I started searching for something new. And then I stumbled upon option selling.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Ace, you do some option selling from time to time, right?
So funny enough, the time when Max probably started was the time where I was utilizing a lot of spreads and selling contracts, doing the wheel strategy, all that kind of stuff. But yeah. Not too much so. I wouldn't call myself a connoisseur by any means or saying that I do it on a daily basis. Don't get me wrong. But I did go to school for finance where we did cover a lot of option selling. So for me, it was already familiar. I just had to execute it. So whenever I did see a lot of like consolidating markets, all that kind of stuff, especially during COVID, where a lot of these gaps would happen and institutional involvement would happen after the market closed. It would happen after, nothing would happen during intra-session. So during intra-session, I'm like, okay, what am I going to do here? Like, there's no room for day trading. It's just going to move sideways. I'm going to get burnt on theta. These Greeks are going to fuck me. And we're not seeing any percentage move. Okay, what can I do? Exactly what Max said. Now we're not looking at anything but capital preservation here. How can I make sure that I'm keeping my capital, obviously still making sure that it's compounding and having something that's consistently growing in the background? For me, it was making sure I had longer swings so that I can actually hold it through these overnight institutional involvement plays, but also making sure that I can play a lot of these tighter spreads as well. So, yeah,
that's
cool
great.
Stuff there.
That's amazing.
Also,
Bro, if you
another thing you brought up was the fact that you just never lost. I think it's hilarious because I think it was like the first or second episode that I had here with DJ was the fact that like my progress has been linear as shit. Because once it clicks, it clicks. Like I don't see the need for a huge drawdown. Like once you're making money, do everything in your power to keep the money. But most importantly, how do you continue to make money while making sure that you're keeping your money? So for me, that's always been my thing in my head where I'm like, it just makes sense. How does this not click for people? And it's exactly what you said. It's the people that are trying to get rich quick.
Yep.
It's how can I multiply my dollar and see the same return day in and day out? It's not going to happen.
You know what it is to me, man? It's snowboarding. Anybody who's went skiing or snowboarding, you busted your ass the first day. You fucking regretted going out the second day. But then the third or fourth day, something just happens and you're like, I can carve now. I don't need any help. I'm getting off the lift just fine, and it clicks. You just get it. And if you just don't get it after a shorter period of time, just stop. Like I tell people all the time, like, listen, this is just maybe high risk investing. You have the balls to do it, right? But maybe this type of high risk investing isn't for you if it hasn't clicked by now because you've poured everything in. You know what I mean? So I think what you said is spot on. And yeah, I never had blown an account in my life. Yeah. I had made wild amounts of that money without knowing what I was doing. I'm talking Robinhood open, 6 figures in the account. I better average down on that one. It looks like it's red today. I better average in on that one. Looks like it's red today. Next day, okay, 7,000. I'll take this one. Okay, 9,000. I'll take this one. It's like I was in denial that it was real, you know?
I've blown a lot of accounts.
Yeah. I hear
I can't relate to you guys at all.
Yeah, I think you're the first other like full-time trader that I met that was like, nah, I've just been good. You know, like it's very rare. You always hear the story about how much you've lost first. I'm like, nah, I don't know that story.
Yeah.
You know,
it sounds like it's. I think it's because that for a lot of people it doesn't click as well or as easily or as quickly as it did for you guys, and I think that that's something that a lot of people struggle with, the emotional side or the discipline side. But it sounds like by nature, you know, you're a disciplined human being. Like you've gone through things like the military and law enforcement to become a disciplined person. So like you have that discipline. And same thing with Ace coming from a fitness background and actually like a financial like degree and stuff like that, where he understood how it has to work for it to be successful. So I think a lot of people who, you know, like myself, for example, I've blown several accounts and I continue to do so to this day because I still never take the time to really learn how to trade, but I'll full pour it into anything just because I'm a gambler, you know, or I like to just like...
You're not a trader. You're a degenerate.
I'm not, right. I'm just I'm an ape, you know, or whatever. But I can see where it's like, you know, it's not a common trait that what you guys share with that, but I think it is cool, and I think it shows that it really does just take discipline. But if you can get that discipline, then you're, you know, in good shape. You guys just kind of came to the game.
Anyone can make it trading. Mm-hmm. It is the most individualized battle, however, and career in the world, I feel. It is you versus you, and it always will be. And if you master yourself and your discipline and your emotions, you can be a successful risk taker in life, in anything. And that's what it boils down to, really.
It's good. It's a good
Couldn't
point.
agree more.
So let's kind of backpedal a little bit, and you know, so it seems like for you guys, you play your video games, and it seems like trading's been like, you know, kind of a fun ride because, you know, it's kind of been a straight up, you know, thing. So let's talk about, do you guys view trading like a video game in some ways? Like, do you approach it the same way you would approach a video game?
Fuck no.
Okay.
I've never been as stressed in my life. And sometimes I'm trading. You know, I've taken 6-figure losses in a day. There ain't no video game on earth that I can lose and be like, feel that feeling. You know what I mean? I've lost money, real money, on some stupid shit. $20,000 on a Costco earnings. Gone. 99.8% gone when I wake up. So, well, that didn't go my way.
Right.
Ain't no video game in the world will ever put a pit like that in my stomach. So video games, like I said, it's the total opposite. Trading is so stressful, and running it down on some League of Legends and whooping some 13-year-old ass, that is not stressful.
What about you? Do you approach it like a video game?
I mean, I'm going to be honest, even when I was younger, I don't know what it was. I was never really into gaming. I feel like the only thing where I'm like, whoa, I really love this was Warcraft, Reign of Chaos, and Frozen Throne. Those two were like my start to like gaming. Other than that, I'm like, never really had a console, didn't really pick up an Xbox. I think I got one, like my grade 8 graduation. I bought it off of like my godparents paying it for me. And I'm just like, I don't want this shit. Like, I don't care for this. Like, give me a book, give me a basketball, give me anything to do physically. I don't want to sit in front of a screen. I hate this shit. Now that I'm forced to do it, I'm like, okay, what other avenues do I have? Fortnite? Cool, let me do this. So I don't relate it at all to trading, in all honesty. Is there some correlations? I guarantee you can find one. There's one in everything. But
like strategy
overall, no.
or, you know, like stuff
I play
like
a
that,
strategy game.
Yeah.
I follow my strategy. Yeah, like you could say, you know, I truly have a love for what I do because it allows me to live the life that I want to live. And I love video games for that because it's part of that, right? So you Ace nailed it on the head right there.
I feel like
really right on the head.
And I guess where I'm going with this is that I feel like I'm glad that both of you said that no, it's nothing like a video game, because where I was going with this is I kind of feel like a lot of new traders, and myself included, sometimes view it like it's a video game, where it's like, okay, you know, like you go out and play a video game, you die, you just restart at a checkpoint, right?
Yeah.
You know, like
reload that account, baby.
Right. You know, just like if I go in at full
account.
port and I lose it, I'll just reload it. You know, like it's money I can afford to lose, but like, you know, once you start to get into like real trading and like with real money, and you're no longer just like doing it for, you know, fun or a side hobby or whatever, like you don't have that ability in trading to just be like, oh, I'll die, go back at a checkpoint. Well, that means you just lost, you know, 100K, and is that something that you can just go back to a checkpoint and start over?
Correct.
You know,
unless you're one of these like scammer motherfuckers that's just paper trading and showing these, you know, I'm all in 0 DTE, 1,000 calls and puts at the same time, and I'm posting the winner on Twitter. Like, you know, that's a game to them.
There is.
You're in 1,000 plays, constantly hedging, so you're always in a position for a win. Yeah. I know exactly.
So you know what?
I
feel like if you're gonna associate real trading to gaming, then you're probably on the wrong side of you're probably not a person I want to be around. You know what I mean? You're probably on the other side of the field.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's good. So you do a lot of teaching, you do a lot of education, like that's something that you're passionate about, you mentioned. I want to know kind of like, you know, what drives that passion, and like Ace, you share that same passion, and I hear a lot, you know, like from people on social media, well, if you were so good at trading, like, why don't you just trade all the time, and why you know, charge for, you know, classes or charge for a Discord, like, you know, why do you want to educate people like when you can just do it yourself? So like, let's talk about that a little bit.
Is something that I get, you know, you see all the Twitter haters, all the social media haters, that's a key line. If you're so good at trading, then why do you have a paid room? Why do you have a paid this? And then you can make the analogies to professional athletes, like, oh, why aren't they playing ball for free? LeBron James, Michael Jordan were the best ever to do it. Why don't they do it for free? Because you deserve to be paid for your talents when you're bringing value and entertainment, right? So like I always say, yes, I love educating. I'm probably one of the few. There's a lot of Discords out there that some people don't even get to interact with the person making alerts, signals, whatever. But I'm like, I have dive into anything, customers, questions, everything, because education is, you know, you earn and then you learn, or you learn and then you remove the L, whatever stupid fucking infographic that is, right? But it's true. But it's true. And then the learning portion is my favorite because, like Ace said earlier, I think there's nothing more rewarding than watching a student's aha moment. That to me is better than any winning trade. That is the best thing to me because you're teaching someone how to fish. You literally are teaching someone how to fish. You're providing value to their life that if they start really digging in and focusing, they can do something for themselves. And I think that's better than anything in the trading world for me is that education process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, Ace? Because I know that we get our share of those types of comments and stuff as well. Well, if Ace is so good, or if you guys are so good at trading, why do you charge for Discord? What are your thoughts on that? Well, we charge because I don't trade, so that's where I make my money.
Genius.
I mean, Max kind of hit it on the nail over there. So, like, exactly what he said. If we're so talented, we should be compensated for all the hard work that we are putting in. But not only that, if it was a free room, it would just be filled with a lot of degenerate people who are not willing to invest in themselves, where it's only a cheap fee of whatever the monthly cost might be per stock room or whatever the case is, whatever platform they're using, right? So you're kind of mitigating through the noise that way in terms of like getting rid of the gamblers and the people who are actually willing to invest in themselves. So that's thing number one. Thing number two, in terms of just giving people the knowledge, we offer a lot of free resources. In terms of, I'm pretty sure, DJ, you just posted on the story today in terms of like a free ebook or something along those lines. We're on Twitch. I'm on YouTube every single day showing my charts day in and day out, so on and so forth. So that knowledge aspect is there for you guys to utilize. If you guys want anything further than that, that's like saying, why do you go to school? Why do you pay for school? Same exact concepts there, right? You're going to pay to become knowledgeable, and exactly like Max said, once you learn, you can remove the L and you can start earning.
Well, I mean, I think even from like a business perspective, or just like straight up, I mean, we live in a capitalist country, right? I mean, like you build and you learn skills, and then you can monetize those skills, and you should be able to monetize those skills, and you should be able to, be reimbursed for the time and the effort that you put into something, right?
Correct.
So you make content, you educate people, it helps people. It's a way for you to diversify your income stream, right? Like we talk a lot, like you don't have to be a full-time trader. You can trade and work, and you can have like different streams of income. Like obviously being a full-time trader is a great goal to have. It's not something that everybody's necessarily going to achieve, but people get into real estate. People, do a lot of things to diversify the income. Having a business and teaching and being reimbursed for teaching a skill that you've learned is also a way to diversify and have other income, which is something that you should absolutely be able to do.
I do not want to be in a room, and you can associate this as a metaphor or an actual Discord room. I do not want to be in a room with someone who's not a like-minded individual as myself. Mm-hmm. If you're not willing to pay for education, to grow and learn a skill that could bring monetary value, any kind of value to your life, if you're not one of those people that's willing to pay for that, then maybe I'm not a good fit to be in your life. And what you brought up with real estate, my best friend in the Army, my buddy Ryan, is now a multi-millionaire real estate guy, probably much massive success. I mean, way better than me. You're going to see this guy in books one day because of just how great he is, right? Another veteran success story. He paid for a 2-night mastermind last month, $7,000, 2 days. He wasn't even in the room with them for more than 6 hours, these guys, but they were the next level. They are what he wants to be, that next level. 8-figure, 9-figure entrepreneurs in real estate. And he had to be in that room. It was like a must for him. And for him to have that drive, that must, he didn't see $7,000 at all. You know what he told me when he was done? I said, how was it, bud? And he said, I think I just added 6 figures to my portfolio this year in that 1-2 day session. And that, in my mind, is the mindset. That's oh my God. When he said that, I was fucking hard as a rock, baby. I was like, yes. That's awesome. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. And that to me, you know what I mean? That's that guy I want to be around, who's investing in him. You're making an investment in yourself, in your education, right? And if you feel like $100 a month for value. I've made $30,000 live in the last 5 months. If you pay me $500 and you don't think that's a fair value switch, go fuck yourself. Like, go somewhere else. It's that simple to me. Yeah. If you don't see it, then I don't see it.
Right. And this isn't a sales pitch for, Discords or anything like that, but it's almost for me, it's a word of caution for the people who seek out the ones who do all of this stuff for free, like completely for free, because if you're not paying for a product, you are the product. And I would be really hard pressed to find a lot of people who are actually truthfully good at what they do and will give away all of their secrets and stuff for totally free without there being something behind the curtains that you being there and you being in that corner is doing for them in a different way. And a lot of times it's a little bit more nefarious.
There's a few.
Yeah.
But they will come to our side.
Right.
Because they're going to realize that, man, I just give away a good product. Right. And that product deserves to have something. Eventually, it happens. And you know what? This is a new genre we're in, a new niche. Right? Discord trading groups. This wasn't around 10 years ago.
No.
This is a brand new field. Thank you, COVID. People had to find a way to make money and started searching how to make money online and found options and found Discords. Thank you, GameStop and AMC and the February to April 2021 meme stock rally. Thank you for all that because it brought all of these new retail traders to our niche.
Right.
And it's a niche, unfortunately, that's extremely saturated and overpopulated with scammers and fuckheads that ruin it for good names like yourself.
Right.
You guys run a legit business and operation. I am personally mind blown at what you guys have accomplished. I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
And I like applaud all of the success. I really do. I'm like, damn. I was ace. I was like, damn.
I'm getting off
these stock dads
you guys can't see anything
are
below
the real
this
yeah, I was like, this
screen.
is the real fucking deal here I'm dealing with. I'm like, damn, made me feel a little underdressed. No, but it's unfortunately when you go on Instagram right now, you're gonna see how many stock dad pages.
Oh my gosh,
40. How many aces are in the world? How many Big Daddy Maxes and Maxes? I mean, there's hundreds of scammers, and I think that portion of it is where we get that negative, that dark cloud that's forever going to be over our field. Because you could legit change someone's life, but it don't matter because someone else is going to see it as you might have did it for one, but you let one bad thing, one bad review, it's going to shadow the 9 customers that are there to really learn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate.
It is. I mean, I personally followed our own Stock Dads page for my personal page, and I got like 20 friend requests from other Stock Dads pages, literally sending me DMs trying to pretend to be me. To me.
Yes.
They're like, oh, yeah, I'm the CEO of Stock Dads. I'm like, that's interesting.
I get the same exact thing.
Very interesting.
I get the same exact thing. And I tell I'm sure you guys do the same thing to my fan base and to all my subscribers, to all my followers. I will never DM you first. And I think that's the one thing across the board. We're not out here trying to push sales in that way. And I always say this, and I'm trying not to be harsh, but I don't give a fuck how your trading's going. How was your trade, sir?
It's always
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, it's the same 2 lines. How's your trade today, sir? Have you? And then if anyone knows about me, very passionate thing that I'm very verbal about is I think crypto is a fucking scam. I hate cryptocurrency. I don't think I told you that. But if you follow me long enough, you'll know there's a post coming. On my way to Orlando this morning, I saw Bitcoin broke below 39. I was like, crypto's a fucking scam. Bam, tweet it.
Interesting. We'll have to talk more about that.
What's the number one tool for scammers in our niche? You want to sign up for this BTC program? You want to sign up for this Ethereum or shitcoin? You know what I mean? So there's just so many things that I feel like in that field. The scammers, it just drives me nuts.
They run rampant.
If I could just get them all on a line in front of me, one at a time, baby,
Plow through them.
One solid left at a time.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
We're definitely going to have to talk more about the whole crypto as a scam thing in our next episode when we have you back. That's going to be a topic.
When I come back, listen, I come with receipts, all right? I personally feel like cryptocurrency is a scam.
I'm not going to say I necessarily disagree, but I'm just interested to hear how some of that conversation goes. I'm interested to hear Ace and you go.
I'll give it to you. Are you a crypto guy, Ace?
So, we got to save this for the next one. That's why we got to save it.
We'll wait till the next episode when I come back.
Yeah, we got to wait till the next episode.
Yeah, when I come back, we're going to dive into this.
I
And it's
love
going to
it.
be controversial.
I love it. That's good. But well, with that, let's go ahead and wrap it up because this has been a great episode, and I do want to save some topics for our next time out.
Yeah.
But you have any closing thoughts or anything you want to share with the people?
You know what? You guys have a great platform, and I'm going to take advantage of using this platform because you guys do have an awesome, awesome program, an awesome business, an awesome brand, right? And I think that's amazing. And I'm going to take this time to say that option selling is the real deal. You know what I mean? You don't have to be an options buyer. You don't have to go the normal path. And if that path's not working for you, widen that options trading toolkit. Right? Why stick to one thing if it's not working and then trying to keep doing it? That's insanity. And I always like to say, if you're losing money buying options, if you just push the sell button and continue doing what you're doing, you can actually be profitable. You can actually start making some income back. And that there is a way. There's no direct path to success, a side hustle, your goals. There's no direct path. Everyone thinks that it's just a straight shot, but that's not right. There's 100 fucked up squiggly roads that lead to your goal. There's never the way. It's a way. And take advantage of it somehow, some way. And if it's not with me, I hope it's with you. And if you need help with you, I hope it's with, this next person. Go out there and find the aha moment because you're one step away. Don't quit, never settle, and go out and get what you want. Because like me, I'm down 60 pounds. I'm making a perfect living. Me and my wife, we live so comfortable doing my passion. We travel. Life can be what you want it to be. Just go figure it out. Go get it.
Well, you heard it here first, guys. It's good stuff. Words of wisdom. And appreciate the kind words, and everything that you're doing is amazing as well. And who knows, maybe our paths will cross in the future as well. So,
Absolutely.
But thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe and all the yada yada yada, all this stuff. Right? Go follow Max Options Trading on Instagram, Twitter. Is that the handle, Max Options Trading, and then also Big Daddy Max? Right.
So on Instagram, you can find me Max Options Trading, and the Big Daddy Max is my personal trading page. On Twitter, it's Max Options Trade. On YouTube, it's Max Options Trading. If you just Google Max Options Trading, we're gonna take the front 2 pages, so you could find any one of my socials. So
beautiful.
Yeah, and I really appreciate anyone who follows, reaches out, comments. If you need help in any way, I say this in every event pod I do. If you need help in any way or just have a question, I will answer it.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get anyone else but me. I will be there to help in any way I possibly can.
Awesome. Love it. Well,
wait, you answer DMs?
Ace doesn't do that.
I'm one of those rarities. I have like an obsessive complex with red. When you get like a red 1 on your email, I have to answer it. So when I get an Instagram 1 or a Twitter 1, I'm like, oh shit. I have to look at it and answer it. 99% of the time is, oh God, you're the worst type of person. What is that, 12,000 emails? Yeah.
22,000 emails and 125 unread text right now.
Yeah, I could never do that.
Try working with him.
I could never. So I have to get rid of it ASAP. And 99% of the time, it's some like, Max, have you thought about email marketing? Something like that. But
you have a great page. I could help you monetize.
I noticed. I was on your website. I noticed 9 errors that you have, and I'm like, oh, I'm sure you did. But so you can follow me on any one of them, and if you haven't checked out my YouTube yet, multiple free courses on everything options buying, everything options selling. I laid my brain out for free for everyone on YouTube. I always say, start with the free resources, utilize them, get into them, find out how this is even for you before you spend $1. And so that's one place I know for a fact you can go get a massive education, college level, for free.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, thank you. Appreciate you being here.
Appreciate
we'll have
you
back
guys.
soon.
Yes, sir.
This has been a lot of fun, but I got to go get some floss. I got some steak in my teeth from earlier.
And you saw me hit it right away, right?
That's right.
I don't mess around, baby.
I was impressed.
Y'all still trying to make me jealous. We get it. Okay,
Yes,
you guys
we
had
are.
steak. Whoop-de-doo.
I stay strapped, Ace. Ready?
Uh-oh.
Oh, baby,
there it
I
is.
stay strapped.
Got
When
the
you
floss
eat
in
meat,
his
baby,
pocket.
you got to get
That's
a floss
hilarious. Nice.
Perfect. All right, guys. Peace. Appreciate you.
Peace.
See you guys.
Good work, brother.
I go as far to say I can name a cheese to go with any food that you can think of. If there's a food out there, there's a cheese that can go with it, baby.
That's true.
You like all cheese though? Like blue cheese,
Fuck
Gouda,
no, I don't like all.
Blue cheese is nasty.
I love blue cheese. You know what? You know what I can't eat? Sharp brie. Makes me want to
brie.
vomit.
Really?
It is just my brother gave me some stanky sharp brie one time, and ever since then I just felt like traumatized. I'm like, it's the smell. I can't do it. It's too potent.
That's how I feel about blue cheese.
But like, if you
Whenever
get a pack
it
of
smells like
Munster
absolute
cheese,
cheeks.
I will eat the whole thing right out of the pack in one sitting.
Yeah.
I like those
I know exactly what you mean.
those Cracker Barrel white cheddar.
Oh my god, those bags!
Pre-sliced ones too.
Let me find out they're 2 for $5 at Publix. Let me find out. See how fast they're going home.